Hey everybody, welcome to more Political Excess. Today, we've got another primary coming up, Tuesday, August 2nd, and that is in Michigan. So let's dive right in. Let's start in the U.S. House and go to the 3rd District. This is where incumbent Republican Peter Meijer is running for re-election. However, he did vote to impeach Donald Trump. So Trump has backed a challenger, John Gibbs, to take on Peter Meijer. So there is going to be a competitive primary. This district did shift to the left after redistricting. There's one poll here, but it's outdated. Shows Peter Meijer with a lead. Ton of undecideds. I know there was an internal poll from the Gibbs campaign not too long ago. Showed him ahead. And there is a market for this race. Let's take a look at that. Shows John Gibbs at 67 cents. So he has a lead. It's not overwhelming, but he is favored to win that nomination. On the Democratic side, it's going to be Hillary Scholten. She was the nominee last time against Meijer, and Meijer won by 6 points. So this is going to be a highly competitive race in November. Let's take a look at the 7th District, where incumbent Democrat Elissa Slotkin is running for re-election. She will have that nomination. On the Republican side, there really only appears to be one candidate, and that is Tom Barrett. Not the former Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett, but State Senator Tom Barrett. There's no market or polling for these primaries, but there are a couple of semi-recent general election polls, and it's going to be close. Last time, Slotkin won by about 2.5 points, but that was prior to redistricting. Next, in the 8th District, incumbent Democrat Dan Kildee, he's running again for re-election. He will have that nomination. So on the Republican side, there is a primary. There is no polling. However, if we go take a look at PredictIt, Paul Young is by far the leader there at 92 cents. He did run for Congress a couple of years ago, and he's going to try to take out Dan Kildee. It's going to be a very close race. Let's go on to the 10th District. Now, following redistricting, this is an open seat. On 538, it's an R+6, so Republicans should be able to claim this seat. The Democrats do have a competitive primary there. The leader there on these couple of polls is Karl Marlinga, who actually ran for U.S. Senate in 1994. That was a long time ago. On the Republican side, they appear to have a strong candidate in John James. He ran for U.S. Senate twice. He did a good job. He didn't win, but he's likely to pick up this seat for the Republicans in November. In the 11th District, there are two Democrats facing off in a primary, Andy Levin and Haley Stevens. Levin has the progressive endorsements, and Stevens has the more establishment endorsements. If we look at the polling here, it's not overwhelming, but Haley Stevens on the most recent one does have a bit of a lead. So let's take a look at the market. Here, Haley Stevens has a commanding 95-cent lead. It almost appears Andy Levin has dropped out because he's only at 1 cent. So it's going to be Haley Stevens. The Republican side doesn't matter too much because this is a pretty overwhelming blue district. And finally, in the 13th District, this covers Detroit. It's another open seat, so all the attention will be on the Democratic side. The top two candidates are Adam Ollier, a state senator, and Shri Thanedar, a state representative who did try to run for governor back in 2018. If we look at the polling here, we can see it's kind of all over the place. So let's take a look at the market. Here, Adam Ollier has a slight lead at 55 cents, but this is going to be close. Could go either way. Let's move on to the statewide races, and there's one real big one, and that is obviously for governor. Incumbent Democrat Gretchen Whitmer, she's running for re-election. She has no primary challenger. Everything is going to be on the Republican side. So far, Republicans already ran into a bunch of problems with several candidates being wiped from the ballot due to signature verifications. So most of these candidates aren't really well known yet. The top two candidates as of now appear to be Tudor Dixon, seems to have more of the establishment backing, and Kevin Rinke, he seems to be more of the wild card outsider. And Donald Trump has yet to make an endorsement in this race as of the time I'm making this video. That could change in the last couple of days. We can switch over to the market and see that Tudor Dixon does have a comfortable lead over Kevin Rinke. It's not a sure thing, but as of now, people are betting on Dixon to be the nominee to go up against Whitmer. The general election polling is going to be lackluster at this point again because the Republicans still have a primary to get through, and then they're going to have to present themselves to Michigan voters. But if we take a look at predicted, we can see that the Democratic Party is favored to win. That's Gretchen Whitmer. It's almost an 80-20 split, so that's a pretty comfortable lead for the Democrats. There's still several months to go. Republicans are able to turn it around with this national environment. I suspect it'll at least make it kind of close, but we'll see what happens with that over the next few months. So that's a look at Michigan and the primary there. Let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen in any of these primaries. And if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.